Yo, 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 good afternoon. Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt. Jersey Shore. It's over 60 degrees today. I'm in a t-shirt. Check it out. Beautiful day. Meditating, chanting, reading, and dropping another video. So this video moves on to the path. The 8 practice path that the Buddha laid out for how we need to live and how not to suffer, which is the path of learning how to break attachment, among other things. And that's where we kind of left off at the last video. So this video is going to deal with the first 2 aspects of the path, the first 2 practices, which is wise understanding and wise thinking. Traditionally, these are usually called right understanding and right thinking. I don't like the word right because it means that I'm right and you're right and that person's right, and we all can't be right. So what's right for me is not right for you, and what's right for you is not right for that other dude. So I like wise because wise is what's appropriate for ourselves as we carve out our own path. So wise understanding is understanding of the 4 noble truths of which we've talked about the first 3. I've left the 4th to go to later because I think it's better understood when we understand Buddhism in a deeper way. So a wise understanding of the 4 noble truths, of the nature of suffering, the nature of existence, and our place in it. And wise thinking is that our critical thinking is rooted in this understanding. So these 2 practices are called the wisdom practices. And it's not knowledge. Don't confuse wisdom with knowledge. Wisdom is something intrinsic in us that is rooted in our experience. So, like I said, Buddhism is something to do, not something to believe in, though, of course, we believe in the teachings. But it's just knowledge until we put it in action, and then it becomes wisdom, and then we gain insights. So you could even call the first 2 practices the insight practices, because it sets the stage for everything that comes next. And which brings me to another kind of point where, while it seems I'm going over these practices in a linear way, and I am, and maybe they are linear in our execution of them in the big picture, in the smaller picture, they're really a circular kind of trajectory, and a lot of times, not necessarily all of them, but many of them happen almost instantaneously. Like you have understanding and instantly have thought. And sometimes we have ignorance and we instantly have thought. So doing these 8 practices is repetition. It's a skill set. That's why I like to call them the 4 noble actions rather than the truths, because they might be true, but what does truth mean unless we can actualize it in our life, right? So again, the wisdom or insight practices, the first 2, and they're about understanding the basic foundation of the Buddhist teachings at a minimum, and then of course we add to that, and then with keeping that understanding in our consciousness, it will start us having wise thinking based upon it, and that's how we really start rewiring our thinking, creating new thinking that's healthy and wholesome, new mind states, creating new neuronal passages that create, in turn, new healthy and wholesome actions. So I'm going to leave it there. We're going to move on to the next video into the next 3 practices, which are deal with how we act based on our wise thinking and our wise understanding. Because what wise understanding and thinking creates is intention for how we need to conduct ourselves. So the next 3 practices involving action are generally referred to as the conduct practices. So that's what we're going to deal with in the next video. So hope you're having a grateful, maggot-free day above the dirt. Getting outside with your own bad self, staying away from everyone else, but doing the best you can in a rough situation, and seeing that what at times feels like a curse is a blessing if we can see the lesson. So peace out.